Hello and welcome to the Evercade Retreat. Gene Joke here, and I think it's time to do Rogue64 and add it to my ever-growing list of, ranking list of every Evercade game. Rogue64 is a roguelike game for the best system to have the number 64 on the end of it. Yes, the Commodore 64. This is an aftermarket game, so the graphics have a bit more polish than they do on other similar games that were produced back in the day, but only by a very, very slight margin. This isn't a game led by its graphics. The play area is actually rather small and only takes up maybe about a third of the screen. The rest is menus and bars and things. But it's fine, you don't need to see too in depth anyway. At its heart, it's a very simple game. Move your character screen to screen as you navigate dungeons, and when you reach the end of a dungeon, do the same on the next level, only it's going to be more challenging until you reach the final dungeon and defeat the final boss. Combat is very simple, you push into your enemy and behind the scenes dice roll does the rest. Of course, if enemies move into you, they'll be attacking you as well, although enemies only move when you move. Essentially each movement of a square or moving into an enemy is effectively a turn, so it's easy enough to get the drop on enemies and attack them first, if you're not rushing through like an idiot. Sometimes defeating enemies, usually just once per level, will result in them dropping a power up, either a health upgrade or a damage upgrade. There are also various potions around the level, two of which are randomised of the effects they'll have. This will be the red and the blue potions. The green potion is always a health pack healing potion thing. The other item you'll find on every level is a key, which you'll need to use on the exit to leave the level, and there's various bits of treasure about as well. There are 8 levels to get through, or 8 dungeons, and as I mentioned, it is randomised. It's not the most heavily randomised game of its sort. The layouts obviously change, as do the potion effects. But it is randomised enough to give a good variety in playing through. It's a game you can come back to over and over. It feels fresh enough, but it's not too different each time. The main thing that'll make a difference on each run will be the potions, the randomised ones. As I mentioned, they can have different effects. They might reveal everything. They might just be an alcoholic beverage which will reverse your controls for a little bit. Well, sort of reverse it, they'll mess them up. There could be a strength boost, or a freeze time, reveal everything, a destroy all monsters on screen. I think that's it, unless I've forgotten one, but yeah, you get the gist. Which of those you find or what they do, well, they can make your life a lot more difficult or a lot easier depending on what they are. The gameplay is simple, but strangely compelling. And it's a game that I can come back to over and over, have a bash through, sometimes just playing until I die and not taking too much time and effort, enjoying the music because it does have some really good music. And occasionally I'll play it through dedicated and I'll beat the game. It doesn't take too long if you have a good run. So yeah, this is a really fun game. Fantastic that it is a free game on the Evercade, easily unlocked, and honestly it's better than many of the games that are on carts, although it is fairly short for an individual run. This game, developed by Badger Punch Games, is effectively a prequel of sorts, if you like, for the upcoming solo kart Roguecraft, which is essentially an enhanced, expanded edition of this game for the Commodore Amiga, with nicer isometric graphics, characters to choose from, and its general greater variety. And because of playing this game, I'm really looking forward to playing it. So anyway, I think I can safely say that I do like this game. I'd rate it quite highly. But where does it fit on my overall ranking of every Evercade game ever? Now, this is kind of hard, and I feel in some ways I might be ranking this too high, but at the same time I feel I might be ranking it too low. But I'm going to place it between Fireshark and Arcus Odyssey, because it's a great piece of bite-sized, short-run gameplay that I can just come back to over and over, and I have done numerous times. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.